You know what? I saw this coming from a mile away. Osamu really didn't legitly get his B class ranking, like the proper fashion. He pretty much moved up in the rankings because Kuga was there. He was protecting Kuga's identity, and Kuga made him look good. And so Osamu moved up the rankings unfairly. And to be honest with you, he should still be a trainee if it wasn't for, Kuga and his feats. So, we should have known something like this would have eventually have happened in World Trigger, because right now it's the perfect time to really handle this situation, because Osamu, out of all the characters, when it comes to the main character, Kuga and Osamu and then Chika, Osamu as our main male character, because we know he is the weakest. He is straight up the weakest, and to be real with all of you, I want to be honest, he is the one that's lacking the most. Not just in the terms of power department, but in terms of actually having any real development that really makes me appreciate his character. And that's actually one thing I want to take the time to dive into with this review of World Trigger. So, Osamu, as a character, he is our main character, and I noticed recently he has been lacking for a long time now. Like, Kuga's taken up majority of the spotlight when it comes to these episodes of World Trigger, and so Osamu really hasn't had time to shine at all, and he's kind of been pushed to the side when it comes to terms of development. So I really hope that this arc we're getting into will actually try to develop Osamu as a character, not just in a power standpoint, but also with a really good personality and finding out more about him in the past and stuff like that, because overall, Osamu as a character, he's very average. And I really hope that sometimes very soon, his character will be fleshed out. Because Kuga pretty much has already been kind of fleshed out. Chika, I like her personality, I like her character design. We already found out her motivation for why she wants to go to the neighbor's world. I mean, we already found out about that. We already found out about Kuga and his backstory with his father. His real body's stuck in a black trigger, so forth, so on. And so we already got those two characters fleshed out. But Osamu, as our main character, he's just been kicked to the side. So I just really hope with this upcoming fight with the next episode, it will try to dive into his character, and maybe he might realize the things that he's done wrong, like maybe he should take more time to train or improve himself, stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to next week's episode. I really am. I really hope it dives into his character. So this episode, the main point of this episode, standard pacing when it comes to World Trigger. Very slow pacing, but very good. Gets the point across, and you're able to understand it. The main segments of the episode, you get to see how Chika and Kuga are extremely above the level C class. Like, they're straight up way above C class. And then Osamu, he's like way below C class. Because let's look at this, okay? Let's look at the facts. Osamu in this episode states when he was doing that trial run with taking down the neighbor, what Kuga took down in this episode, he said all 5 minutes ran out and he wasn't even able to take it down. But Kuga, he took it down in 0.4 seconds. Or no, I'll do the slowest one. 0.6 seconds. He took that thing down. And Osamu couldn't even bring it down in 5 minutes. It just shows you. It just shows you the level of Kuga and Osamu, the difference between them. But I mean, okay, let's be real here. Kuga, he's a monster. He's straight up a monster, because, I mean, he's been training and, fighting since a very young age. I mean, he has a black trigger, stuff like that. I mean, just his overall, character, he's had a lot more experience as a warrior. And Osamu really hasn't, so maybe Osamu's on the proper level when it comes to C class, but even then, I don't even think, Osamu should be like a C class, because, as I've already said earlier in this review, he should technically still be a trainee because of all the events that happened, but it's really ironic and funny to see in this episode how different Kuga and Osamu are in terms of power. Even though Osamu is already a B class and they're not, just getting to see the difference in strength is just ridiculous. Like, Chika? Yo! Okay, so Kuga. I expected Kuga to wreck that neighbor like it was nothing. Fine. But when we got to the Chika moment, I expected her to be able to, shoot it straight on, straight in the center of the target. I expected something like that to happen. But I did not expect that giant-ass blast to go through the freaking target, out the wall of border, into the sky and out of orbit. Like, yo! Chika! Yo! Like, did you see how thick boarder's wall was. Like, yo, that was like 15 feet? Like 15 feet wide, you know, and thick with stone or titanium or whatever, something that repels neighbors. Like, oh my god, like, Jacob just blasted for, like, no, she was, like, yo, man, Jacob, that's ridiculous. That's just like, oh my god, just, I did not expect to see something like that from her. I mean, it's kind of obvious when you think about her Treon levels, but yo, like, just to see something like that, man, she's gonna be dangerous. She is going to be dangerous. So, I can't wait to see what's going to happen. But overall, this episode, it's good. Setup, once again, good pacing. Animation, as always, when it comes to World Trigger, it could be a lot better. We know it could be a lot better, but I mean, hey. No sense in really complaining about it. I mean, I'm just enjoying the ride of World Trigger because it has really good pacing. So tell me your thoughts in the comments below. I love y'all so much. You have a wonderful day or night wherever you live. Please be safe. Chibi out.